I remember heading into my first year of university, and I remember vividly having this conversation with my dad about how I was scared about, moving out and living on my own, heading into engineering school. It's quite scary. And I was going there with no friends, alone. Didn't know my roommates I would be moving into or moving in with. Zero idea about the school I was going to. I just read about it online. Everything I read about was that it was difficult. And I remember my dad not saying much. He pretty much just told me, just do it scared. And it really, wow, okay. I can do it even if I'm scared, even if I'm not confident. Because, and this is one of the big things we always get wrong, I think. Motivation and drive and fucking courage doesn't come before taking action. It sometimes does. So you sometimes watch a video and you're like, you watch some David Goggins video or whatever it is. When you start going, you start working, and eventually that runs out and you're just, okay, fuck. I don't want to do this anymore because I don't have any motivation. And when you don't have this motivation, you don't want to do anything. What you fail to understand is that motivation comes after taking action. You must go first, and then after that you get fired up because you took that leap, because you did it scared, because you did it unconfidently. When I was training for my marathon a few years ago, my first marathon, I remember standing up and thinking, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've got 4 months to train. I've never ran a marathon. I ran a half marathon when I was like 15, and I hit a wall at like kilometer 17, so I'm not a very good runner. Now I'm supposed to run a marathon. And what I did was ignore those thoughts, sign up for a program, and started training. I started maximizing my training. And I remember waking up sometimes early, stressed, because I was like, shit, is this running gonna go well? I felt this anxiety that it wasn't gonna go well, but I still went. And you know what? I'm a marathoner. I ran it, and I'm running another one this year. Sometimes you need to do it scared, because that's when you gain that motivation, and that's when you gain the proof that you can do it even more after that. That's what gives you confidence. Doing something even if you're scared, that's the quintessential thing to do. To taking that risk, taking that leap. Motivation comes after action. You need to understand that it comes after action. Okay. Have a good day.